Let's begin with an exclusive news break. India Today has accessed audio recordings between Conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar and Aditi Singh, the wife of the former Ranbaxy owner Shivinder Singh. And these recordings have made startling revelations of exactly how Sukesh pulled off this con job. He posed as a government official and extorted 200 crores, promising favours. Munish Pandey gets you all the details in this exclusive report.
A billionaire, an alleged con man behind bars, and phone calls that led to extortion of 200 crore rupees. India Today gets a blow-by-blow account of how a jailed con man extorted 200 crores from a business tycoon's wife. The story started when former Ranbaxy owner Shivinder Singh landed in jail in a case of alleged fraud and money laundering in October 2019. Shivinder Singh's wife, Aditi Singh, was working on getting bail for her husband when she was allegedly approached by conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar on the phone. Chandrasekhar posed as a government official when he established contact with Aditi Singh. He allegedly used voice modulation to change the tone of his voice. The shocking detail, he was allegedly doing all this from prison. India Today has exclusively accessed the audio recordings of Chandrasekhar's conversation with Aditi Singh.
You tell him not to be worried. Tell him to let us do our job. We know what we are doing. Tell him to be relaxed. Tell him to now look forward to come out.
Sir is saying that it is inappropriate to have a meeting in the current scenario with everything that's going all around. And he's saying that don't worry about all of these things. Now we just have to look forward to you coming out and working together.
All the while, Aditi Singh had no idea she was being scammed by Chandrasekhar. Aditi Singh became aware of the con months later after the Enforcement Directorate alerted her. The ED had begun taping Chandrasekhar's phone last year, which led to his arrest in the new case of alleged fraud.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tell him that his bails are now going to be disposed at once in Supreme Court. He keeps talking about anything. He cannot be any more going or appealing anywhere. Tell him that. And also tell him that even in the Suresh Kumar case court, he was about to get bail. But because of the EC said that you managed the case, that is the reason we had to dismiss. Please tell him that.
Sir is saying that now your bails will happen now that they're all in the Supreme Court. Sir is saying that please don't worry about the family or me or yourself. We are the government's responsibility, and that we are looking forward to starting a new beginning with us. So please don't worry.
The probe agency has submitted 84 such recordings to a Delhi court. Chandrasekhar is accused of extorting 215 crore rupees from Aditi Singh over a year. The new recordings reveal how deep the multi-crore scam ran. With inputs from Munish Pandey, Bureau Report, India Today.
We're also getting you another exclusive news break on this story. India Today has accessed the statement of actor Jacqueline Fernandez to the Enforcement Directorate. And Jackie, in her statement, has revealed that Conman Sukesh forged a call from the Home Ministry to get through to Jacqueline's makeup artist and then to Jacqueline herself. Sukesh arranged funds to be transferred to Jacqueline's sister's account and claimed that he worked for Sun TV. Not only that, he claimed that he belonged to Jayalalitha's family. During the questioning, Jacqueline also revealed that Sukesh had gifted her 3 designer bags from Gucci and Chanel and funded loans from her siblings. He also gifted her 2 Hermes bracelets, a horse and diamond jewelry sets. Sukesh also gifted her a Mini Cooper, which she had already returned. And let's move on to some other stories we're tracking this morning. Here's an absolute shocker from the Karnataka Congress MLA K.R. Ramesh Kumar. And this happened inside the Karnataka Assembly, where the Congress MLA said that when rape is inevitable, the victim should just lie down and enjoy it. Soon after this comment, instead of opposing, as you'd expect, that in the entire assembly there'd be uproar and everyone would stand up and oppose this kind of an offensive remark, the assembly speaker, all the other members of the Legislative Assembly are heard laughing, breaking into laughter. This shocking remark has everyone fuming. Women activists have demanded that Congress must immediately suspend this MLA. The Congress MLA here, Ramesh Kumar, this isn't the first time he's made this kind of comments about rape. In the past, he'd compared himself to a rape victim.
There is a saying, when rape is inevitable, lie down and enjoy it. But that's exactly the position into which you are.
How much more shameful can this kind of a talk be in the assembly where women voters have sent these fellows giving our votes and we pay our taxes to them? Don't they know that rape is the most heinous, brutal violence and crime on women and their bodies? Why should this man continue to represent women? I want the president of the Congress political party to not only suspend this fellow, but ensure that he never gets another ticket to stand for elections anywhere. This is not acceptable in a democracy.
Man, this Congress MLA who's mocked rape in the Karnataka Assembly and laughed it off along with everyone else is a habitual offender. Here's an old video of Ramesh Kumar where he's seen making yet another offensive remark about rape.
ಈ ರೇಪ್ ವಿಕ್ಟಿಮ್ ಗೆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ನಂದು. ರೇಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ. ಸುಮ್ಮನಿದ್ದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅತ್ಲಾಗ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ರೇಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಅವನ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಜೈಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ವಕೀಲರು ಬರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ರೇಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡವ್ರು ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಈಶ್ವರಪ್ಪನವ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಕೇಳಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಹೆಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಏನು. ನನಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೇಪ್ ವಿಕ್ಟಿಮ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಿಕ್ತೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ಆತ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ರೇಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ, ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಸಲ ಮಾಡಿದ.
Now, the air quality in Delhi has been ranging between severe and very poor for the last 10 days now. Stubble burning season is now well over. So what's making the capital choke even now? India Today's special investigation team has unraveled a dirty Paisa pollution nexus, leaving the Supreme Court guidelines and bans literally all up in smoke. We now reveal Delhi's pollution predators in our next report.
Pollution-choked Delhi, gasping for breath amid smoke and toxic haze. The capital looks at the Supreme Court mandated construction curbs as the last resort to ensure the right to clean air. But not far from India's top court, in Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's own constituency, and just a stone's throw from the offices of the Commissioner of Air Quality and Delhi Pollution Board, these villains of Delhi's air operate with impunity. These images of open violation got on our cameras will stun you. On camera, open violation of the order of the Supreme Court, which mandates sweeping restrictions on construction activities in the capital. But in the dead of night, digging work and metro construction is stealthily proceeding as usual. Transportation officials and police are allowing polluting diesel trucks to enter Delhi after being bribed despite not being allowed. Right under the nose of the enforcement agencies. Digging work openly going on in the dead of night. Diesel trucks lining up, earth movers, drilling machines and generators working at full swing under bright halogen lights. The contract for this work is with NBCC India, awarded by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. NKG Infrastructure is overseeing construction of colonies. The ongoing work is an open breach of the top court's no construction order, but officials are in denial.
कहाँ साहब ये क्या चल रहा है?
चल रहा है सर, वो अपना है, बंद ही है सर। कहाँ चल रहा है? बंद है।
बंद है ना ये?
हाँ जी सर।
इसकी परमिशन है आपके पास जो कर रहे थे अभी आप?
एक्सप्रेशन का हमारा पहले परमिशन आया था।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट के ऑर्डर्स हैं, कंस्ट्रक्शन बंद है,
हमारा
जो एक्सकेवेशन बंद है, सब बंद है, और ये ट्रक भी डीजल के है।
वीडियो तो रह दीजिए, वीडियो क्या बना करेंगे? हम लोग को आई थी परमिशन, ऐसा नहीं है।
तो परमिशन थी तो फिर आप काम चलवाइए, क्यों रुकवा रखा है?
The anti-smoke guns and anti-pollution instruction boards were witnessing the mockery of this top court order. And shockingly, our team was even offered a bribe to turn off the cameras and walk away.
नहीं सर, आपको मैनेज तो करना पड़ेगा उसमें।
Our investigative team followed this concrete truck, which stopped near the metro construction site. The entire area was teeming with digging activity. Metro pillars were being filled with concrete, being poured from trucks, emitting noxious black fumes. Generator sets were running, but the workers abruptly stopped on seeing our camera team. Laborers were quickly moved away. The site engineer first tried to evade, but eventually admitted to this open breach.
आप मान रहे हैं कि ये काम चल रहा है?
उस चीज़ के लिए मैं ना नहीं कर सकता ना सर, अभी काम जब दिख रहा है।
ये आरएमसी के ट्रक्स आए हुए हैं
जी,
कंक्रीट आप डाल रहे हैं
जी,
और वहाँ पे वो पाइलिंग की मशीन चल रही है।
इंजन स्टार्ट नहीं है ना, मशीन का मेंटेनेंस
हमारे सामने चल रहा था।
जी सर, अभी चालू था, मैं मना नहीं कर रहा हूँ।
हमने उससे पूछा, जो मशीन पे काम कर रहा था, उसने बताया कि जी ये 7 बजे से चल रही है। ये भी मशीन मेरे ख्याल से डीजल से है
जी,
और वो आगे जो वो आरएमसी के ट्रक्स वो भी डीजल से है
जी,
और वो आपकी साइड से आरएमसी यानी कंक्रीट रेडी मिक्सचर कंक्रीट भर के लाए हैं
जी।
ये कब मशीन कब तक चलती रहेगी?
ये माल है, इसके अंदर घंटे 2 घंटे का समय रहेगा।
जब तक ये मशीन तब तक चलती रहेगी जब तक ये डलेगा नहीं?
हाँ।
ये माल कहाँ से लाए हो आप?
ये मेट्रो से लाया, अंदर वजीराबाद जंगल में प्लांट लगा है ना जो, वहाँ से।
कब दिन में कितने चक्कर लग जाते हैं?
दिन में नहीं चलता, दिन में 1 आध चक्कर लगता है।
रात में?
रात में तो 2-3 हो जाते हैं।
These polluting diesel trucks lining up at the Delhi-Noida border are strictly banned from entry into the capital by none less than the Supreme Court. But the drivers say both Delhi and Noida police look away if their palms are greased with bribes. This massive diesel truck was stopped by the police while trying to cross the border into Delhi. Just see what happens next.
क्या हो गया?
ये एंट्री मांग रहे हैं सर।
इस बात की?
बॉर्डर पे ऐसे पास करने 500
रुपये मांग रहे हैं। किसने मांगे?
उन्होंने सर ने मांगे।
सर हमें खाली रोकने का आदेश है डीजल गाड़ियों को, और उनको हमने खड़े कर रखा है।
वो तो कह रहा है पैसे मांग रहे हैं।
किससे? हमारी कोई बात ही नहीं उनसे, ऐसे कैसे हो जाएगी?
ले तो ये जो ट्रक है, ये जो सीएनजी का ट्रक आप कह रहे हैं,
हाँ ये जा सकते हैं।
ये मटेरियल ला सकते हैं कंस्ट्रक्शन का?
नहीं सर, हमारा आदेश है डीजल की गाड़ियाँ रोकने को।
You may applaud the Delhi police on duty, thinking they've acted with honesty, but your perception will change when you see the same truck inside Delhi at the Sarita Vihar locality.
हाँ 500 रुपये दिए मैंने।
500 रुपये दे दिए? और क्या बोला उसने? कुछ बोला तुमको?
कुछ नहीं बोला फिर।
कुछ नहीं बोला? ट्रैफिक नहीं लेते?
नहीं,
ट्रैफिक वाले ने।
When we confronted the police asking what happened to the truck that they had stopped, we're given blatant lies in reply.
यहाँ से घुमाया मैंने।
मैं आपको विजुअल दिखा दूं?
बिल्कुल दिखा दो आप। यहाँ से घूम निकलता हुआ दिखा दो आप मुझे।
सामने से यहाँ से निकला तो बताओ।
यहाँ से नहीं निकला, इस रोड से नहीं निकला। ये 2 रोड एंट्री की हैं दिल्ली की, इन दोनों रोडों से ही नहीं निकला।
फिर वो दिल्ली की सड़कों पे कैसे दौड़ रहा है?
कहाँ है?
कहाँ है?
हाँ,
हमने उसको अभी पकड़ा है
सर। वो किसी रोंग साइड से कहीं से आ जाए था, उसका देखो आप भी जानते हो।
बोला कि मैंने जी 500 रुपए दिए।
किसको?
पुलिस वाले को।
बात को साबित कर दो आप कहीं पे भी। हमें किसी से कोई कुछ किसी तरह की कोई बातें नहीं कर रहे हैं। कहीं पे कुछ भी हो रहा सही आपके सामने मैं यहाँ खड़ा हूँ, यहीं पे खड़ा हुए मैं आपसे उससे बातें कर रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे उसे वापस भेजने की।
Apart from Delhi police officials, we found an enforcement team of the Delhi Transport Department making quick money by playing havoc with Delhi's pollution fight. Only to scoot when caught in the act by our special investigation team. But in Faridabad, adjoining Delhi, crusher dust used in construction is being openly sold from massive piles. Upon inquiry, the manager of this outlet even agreed to sell us his dust.
ये क्या भाव है?
1180 रुपये टन।
1180 रुपये टन भर के दे दोगे आप अपनी मशीन से?
हाँ, भर के देगा।
तो 1180 रुपये टन आप बता रहे हो, इसमें भाई इसका ये मशीन का भरने का शामिल है?
ना, उसमें शामिल है।
भरने का शामिल है। इसका बिल दे दोगे भाई साहब?
बिल नहीं मिलेगा।
एक्चुअली क्या हमारा एक ना सरकारी काम है, नाली का काम है, नाले का रुका पड़ा है बड़ी मुश्किल से, और वो क्या है कि काम वाम बंद है, बड़ी दिक्कत हो रही है।
यहाँ से निकलने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है? दिल्ली जाने में कोई दिक्कत?
तो रास्ते में पुलिस वाला कोई
नहीं।
Trucks carrying building material were also caught on camera entering Delhi despite a complete ban.
क्या ला रहे हो?
ईट है सर।
कहाँ से ला रहे हो?
ये ला रहे शामली से।
कहाँ ले जा रहे हो?
ये मालवीय नगर।
मालवीय नगर? तो कोई रोक नहीं रहा है तुमको?
नहीं, कोई नहीं रोक रहा सर, खुला पड़ा बॉर्डर।
ऐसे आराम से एमसीडी का टोल वोल देके सब आ रहे हो? एमसीडी का टोल वगैरह देकर?
टोल वोल वगैरह सब लगा हुआ सर।
नहीं, वो तो लगा हुआ है, कोई नहीं रोक रहा है तुमको?
नहीं।
लाने से बिल्डिंग मटेरियल ला रहे हो?
नहीं सर।
2 nights on Delhi roads, exposing the biggest ever betrayal of Delhiites and their right to breathe clean air. And an open dare to India's topmost court. With Mohammad Hizbullah and Nitin Jain, this is India Today's special investigation team.
The mortal remains of Group Captain Varun Singh were brought to Bhopal yesterday. His last rites will be held today. He was the lone braveheart who'd survived the CDS chopper crash. Group Captain Varun Singh breathed his last, unfortunately, on Thursday. He battled for his life for 7 days.
The lone survivor of the devastating Kunur chopper crash, Group Captain Varun Singh, has breathed his last. The braveheart's mortal remains were brought to Bhopal, where his last rites will be conducted Friday. Indian Air Force officials and Madhya Pradesh ministers paid tributes to Group Captain Varun Singh at the Bhopal airport. Earlier, the decorated Air Warriors' mortal remains were taken to Air Force Station Yelahanka in Bengaluru. Indian Air Force officials paid their homage to the braveheart at the airbase. Group Captain Varun's demise has broken the hearts of millions of Indians who had been praying for his recovery. Rescued from the burning wreckage of the December 8th chopper accident, the group captain had suffered grievous burn injuries. He had been airlifted to the Air Force Command Hospital in Bengaluru from Wellington. Despite advanced medical care, life support, skin grafts, and battling for life for 7 long days, the extent of his injuries had proven too much for the braveheart to surmount. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, top dignitaries, and the Indian Air Force mourned the tragic loss. Modi said Group Captain Varun Singh had served the nation with pride, valor, and utmost professionalism, and his rich service to the nation would never be forgotten. A pall of gloom settled on the family, friends, and armed forces who had been hoping for a miracle as the group captain fought a week-long battle for his life.
वो अब नहीं रहा। 8 दिनों तक वो बहादुरी के साथ जीवन मृत्यु से लड़ता रहा। अंत में वो उसे परास्त कुछ नहीं कर पाया और शहीद हो गया।
केपी सिंह जी यहीं निवास करते थे। पिछले 1 महीने पहले दिवाली के समय में वरुण जी यहीं आए थे। हम लोगों के बीच में दिवाली का कार्यक्रम भी हुआ था।
The other 13 passengers on that ill-fated Mi-17 V5 chopper included India's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, his wife Madhulika Rawat, and many other service personnel. A 13th family now joins the group of the grieving, and the entire nation stands with them. Blue Skies Group Captain Varun Singh, we salute you. Bureau Report, India Today.
And that's all we have time for in this edition of Fair Stop. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned to us here on India Today for all the latest news and updates.